From Jakks and their 5-inch articulated Sonic the Hedgehog toy line, this is Neo Metal Sonic. If I remember right, this is how Metal Sonic appears within Sonic Heroes? I could be super wrong. Basically, it's a more 2000s edgier version of Metal Sonic. I am always for edgy Metal Sonic. Here he is in the box, looks pretty solid. Flip it around to the side, you can see we have 14 points of articulation. An enhanced, shape-shifting form of Metal Sonic whose goal was to conquer the world. That absolutely is Sonic Heroes Metal Sonic. The rest of the wave, Silver, Classic Sonic, and Rouge. I already have these two. I've never been able to find that Rouge. And, no big surprise. It's hard to find Rouge because they don't make many Rouge toys. Also hard to find this guy, but thankfully I lucked out with Target, and now I get to have even more Metal Sonic in my life. So this is how it came out of the box. I literally just pulled it out and it fell apart. It's not broken. It's literally just the peg, at least on mine, is so short that it's having a hard time actually reaching past the skirt and into the torso. So if I try to build it back up, right? Boop. You can see it just barely pokes out. And then if we try to actually get it into the torso, it just doesn't go. I'm going to get this guy under some hot water, see if I can pop him back into position. Alright, it took some doing, but hot water did work. Just be aware, it might be a bit of a struggle to actually get this guy together if you buy him. It's a shame that problem even exists, because otherwise, this is a great little figure. I mean, not the best, but for what you're paying especially, it's decent. Literally came apart again in between shots. I'm just going to do this. So here's the thing, right? When it's just like this, it's fine. Again, let me show you this. Once you put this on, it doesn't have enough clearance to actually properly fit into the torso. So it's always shoving itself back out. I'm not going to lie, I was ready to praise this guy. I am becoming increasingly less willing to talk about how nice I think it is when it has this glaring an issue. Let's do our best to be fair. This is a good design and it has been captured well. You do have articulation in the head, ball joint, you have a universal at the shoulder, you have a good, let's see here, what would this be? It's a hinge at the wrist. You can go side to side with the arms, as well as the wrists. You have a waist swivel and, yeah, waist swivel. Come on, you know what, actually, forget that. There we go. Universal at the hip, and a good knee, good rotation at the ankle as well. You know what? Fine. So we are not using the Rikishi skirt there. It does mean that the only black on the figure now is in the eyes and the shoulder pads, but forget it. At least it's probably going to stay together better now. The figure comes with one accessory, that being this crackling piece of purple lightning. I don't really know what it's supposed to be doing here, but, it's fine. I will be honest, the skirt actually did get in the way of some of the articulation. Just messing with him now, I do think the figure is better without it. It does mean that you're missing an iconic piece of this design, but, now it looks a little bit more like Mecha Sonic Mark II, which is the figure I actually wanted. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this guy in package, there was a part of me that's like, is that Mecha Sonic? No, just another Metal Sonic. But still, a cool looking figure, especially when we take the kilt off. Unfortunately, I'm in the middle of a move right now, so I don't have many of my Sonic figures on hand. Of the ones I do have, here he is alongside the 2-inch Classic Sonic that Jakks put out, or Classic Metal Sonic I should say. Looks pretty solid. I do like the differences in height and proportions here. Here he is alongside the modern 2-inch Shadow. It doesn't work anywhere near as nice here, but unfortunately I don't have any of my modern 5-inch Sonic characters still with me right now. And here he is alongside the 5-inch articulated Mecha Sonic, because Mecha Sonic is my favorite figure that Jakks has put out for this Sonic toy line. I would say that Metal Sonic Neo is nowhere near as good as Mecha Sonic for me personally, but I do like him. He's growing on me, especially now that we've gotten rid of the problem piece. Overall, I think the figure is fine. I think it's a good design, it has decent articulation and good paint. It obviously has a glaring issue, but I've really run that into the ground, so I don't want to go more into it here. Would I recommend this figure? Well, he goes for about 12 bucks. If you're willing to potentially have to do some surgery on the figure or just get rid of the kilt entirely, yeah, I think he's worth it, and oh, he just went down. You know what? I think that's a good sign to end the review.